Welcome to a new edition of Harness Central. I'm Harold Howe and I'm here with Julie Walker, Shamrock Training Center, to talk about the duck. Actually, the rubber duck. He's not the second coming, but he's one of the more interesting stories in racing this year, and a lot of people wouldn't know it. So just put it in perspective. He's a 3-year-old trotting colt. As we do this, he finished third last night in an OSS Gold after finishing third in the good times. So he's been a money-making machine, but there's a lot of quirky elements to this story. And I guess let's just start off your overall impression as trainer of the horse. I mean, he's making money, we all know that, but what do you think of him as a racehorse?
What do I think of him as a racehorse? He is... he loves his job. The fact that he's a stud colt, he every day is looking for work. Right now we have a few issues with his allergies and his breathing, so he hasn't been finishing, but I think there's a lot more there than what we've seen.
All right. Well, we'll just back up and start talking about the quirkiness. He was bred by Schaefer Farms in Pennsylvania, sold in the Harrisburg sale as a yearling for $3,500. But not in book one, not in the yearling component. He was in the mixed component. I got a feeling a lot of people missed him or didn't want to hang around or whatever. Chances are he came in on the Wednesday night, so people never got a chance to see him. Anyway, he gets sold, and who buys him but Blair and Erna Corpeal from Alberta. They don't have a lot of trotters in Alberta, and I'm not quite sure what Blair was thinking. As I said, he sold about 10:30 in the morning, so the bar wasn't open. So what has he said as to the idea of why he bought a trotter?
From what I read in the last article, I mean, Blair's a great owner. He doesn't, he doesn't ask a lot of questions. He sent me the horse.
After taking him back to Alberta and having no luck getting him gaited.
Well, they did a really good job putting a foundation on him. I think when they knew it was time, they sent him to me, which I have to thank some other owners for getting me connected with Blair.
Yes. And what time of season did you get him?
Oh, I think it was July. It was later in the season. We basically were just aiming for the autumn series by the time I got him. We had missed all the sire stakes.
So you get this call from a guy in Alberta who you really don't know, and he says, I got this trotter, and you're thinking, Alberta, it's pacing country. Like, and what did you think when the horse got off the truck?
I'm an optimist. I work with I get a lot of deals, or I've tried to stay away from deals now, and I just get horses like this, where they kind of come out of nowhere, and I just cross my fingers. And the first time he went on the track and I turned him the right way, he picked up the lines like a racehorse, and I said, okay, we have something.
All right. And you raced him at 6 starts, and in his final start at the end of November, he wins at 57-4. What was your take and evaluation on him after it was all said and done at 2?
He did everything right at 2. We rushed him a little, which I don't like doing, but to make the autumn series, so he did make one break, I think his second start, but it was not his fault. And then after that, he just did everything we asked him to do. He always trotted home. He was green, and he did what we wanted him to do.
So you put him away, give him a bit of a break. Back you come in the late spring here, and I guess, how were you feeling going into the stakes season?
Oh, great. He got so much stronger. When we started him at 2, he would knuckle over a little. He was a little green, everything. And just the winter, he got better and better. And I took him into Mohawk a few times to train him with some good company, and he always went with that company.
You get in the Good Times final, and it's one of the more unique races people will talk about this year, because the favorite's all self-destructed, and Hemi Sealster at, I don't know, God knows, was 70-something to 1, wins, and you're third. Pretty nice payday.
Yep.
And did you feel going in that you had a bit of a shot to get some money?
I think we were all racing for 5th after the Tactors, and I really liked the Iron horse that had beat us a week before. I think those American horses were nice horses. I think we were all surprised.
Right. And then again, you come right back into the Gold at Mohawk, finish third, and as you speak today, you've had a good look at this sire stake group. Where do you think you fit?
I think he's gonna stay in the top 3 all year. I think there was a lot of them there yesterday, but I think they'll fade. I think that group will fade away. I think we'll stay with them.
So your next start for him would be Grand River,
Yep.
is that right?
Yep.
And is he going to be the kind of horse that will wear well through the year as it goes along?
Yes. That I know. He, like I said, I had a hard time through the winter keeping his weight, and as he started to race, he started to put the weight back on. So I really like that, and he loves to sleep, and he always eats, and those are signs of a good horse.
Yes. Of course, everybody's going to be curious about his name, and I found out that he was named by the breeder, who said one of his favorite movies of all time was Convoy, a movie from the 1970s, and there's kind of a catchy song in there talking about CV radio at the time, and the main character in the movie's nickname was Rubber Duck, so that's how it all came about. So you must get a few humorous comments about what's this Rubber Duck name about?
Oh yeah, and I have to thank Ken Middleton, the call he made in the Good Times, the fastest rubber duck on the planet. That was the best.
Yes. Well, Julie, thanks very much, and good luck with the duck in the weeks ahead.
Thank you very much.
Harold Howe with Julie Walker, giving you the Harness Racing Edge.